what we've done to Europe. We've destroyed their economy. We haven't destroyed Russia's economy. We destroyed Europe's economy. I'm somebody who believes in the Constitution and the promise of my country. I believe that my country, at least on paper, stands for something noble. But the reality is, once you parse through the language and you get into the reality of what makes America tick, we exist. We are literally, we're a concept that can't exist on its own volition. What I mean by that is America is incapable of sustaining America by itself. That if we were asked to keep America great using only the resources available to America, we couldn't do it. So people keep trying to get up there, and all they're doing by continuing to try to go up there is to increase their level of consumerism. And it's the consumerism that makes America what it is. We have to consume things we don't have, which means we must have a relationship with the world that provides the resources that we need to keep the dream alive at prices that we can't afford, which means that we can't relate with the world as equals. We can't sit there and have a nice, honest business relationship, because the moment we had a fair business relationship with the world, we couldn't afford it because they'd be demanding what we would be demanding: fair wages, due compensation for the value of the product and the labor that went into the product. We can't have that. So what we do is we get involved in the business of neo-colonialism. I mean, we are an empire. We don't like to call ourselves an empire, but we are an empire, and we have neo-colonial relations with the world. And those relations can be handled directly in terms of our ability to go to underdeveloped nations and acquire that which they produce at rock bottom prices, or we can use proxies. We call them allies. We don't have any allies. People need to understand it, and that's becoming a reality right now in Europe, where they're waking up to the fact that the United States calls them allies, but they're not our allies. We would not blow up the strategic energy pipelines of an ally, but we blew up Germany's because Germany's not our ally. They are a proxy colonial resource that we use. France is the same thing. There's not a nation, even Great Britain, at the end of the day, we would sell them out to dry, hang them out, because they're not our friend. Special relationship. No. I mean, what is that special relation? Is that a term for prostitution? Because that's pretty much the relationship we have there. It ain't a husband-wife relationship. It's not even a rich man-mistress relationship. At least you treat the person with respect. This is pure prostitution, where we are prostituting Europe for our benefit. We get what we want, and all they get is a sexually transmitted disease called relationship with America. That's the thing. And this means that there will be perpetual war until America changes the paradigm, until we redefine ourselves in something that doesn't require our standard of living to gain access to global resources at a price that it has to be a fair price. That means America's going to have to tone down our expectations. We're going to have to become realistic about who we are and what we are. The exceptional nation. There's nothing exceptional about America except our ability to kick the snot out of anybody in the world anytime we want. That ain't exceptional, guys. That's being a bully. And eventually the bully's going to go fat, and he's going to get cornered in the yard by some young upstart that's going to beat him up. And that's the direction we're heading right now. And it's going to be a big fall for America when that happens. But the bottom line is, we are a nation currently, as we currently exist, that are incapable of peace. I'll give you an example. Arms control treaties. Now, arms control was all nice and we copacetic when we were dealing with the Soviet Union. Why? Because we feared the Soviet Union. We respected the Soviet Union. We had to deal with the Soviet Union as equals on the arms control table. But the moment the Soviet Union went away and it became Russia, look what we did. Got out of the ABM treaty, got out of the INF treaty, cheated on the START treaty, got out of this conventional. We are the world's worst people to enter treaties with, because treaties require respect. Trust but verify. What does trust come from? Trust is about respecting one another to comply with a mutually beneficial mandate. No one can trust us because we don't respect anybody. We will cheat on you. We will lie. We will do anything to get a unilateral advantage. That's just the reality. And what that means is there can't be peace with America because all we're seeking to do is exploit a current situation to give us an advantage. That's all. Europe needs to understand that. Look what we've done to Europe. We've destroyed their economy. We haven't destroyed Russia's economy. We destroyed Europe's economy.